Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, Glencore's new low-cost Tweefontein coal mine comes in below budget. BHP Billiton signs a 10 billion rand aluminium supply deal with a black consortium. And natural gas is a big greenhouse gas contributor. Glencore's Tweefontein optimization project has delivered a low-cost, long-life brownfield expansion that has elevated Tweefontein into a modern, predominantly open-cast operation that mines the rich pillar reserves that were left behind in discontinued underground workings.
Creamer Media's Mining Weekly is on site at the Tweefontein optimization project, a coal project where we are talking to the general manager, Alan Butcher. What sort of percentage has been completed on this project now?
In terms of the construction on the project, we're about 85% complete. There's some infrastructure remaining. In terms of the mining operation, we're very close to steady state. It's a brownfields expansion of the existing Tweefontein operations. The Tweefontein operations are basically some of them quite old underground operations. And now we're moving over to predominantly open cut mining the old pillar reserves. We've built a complete coal processing plant, including the run-of-mine processing facility. We're in the middle of ramping up the plant now. We're building a significant portion of mining infrastructure, big workshops and offices for the mining kit. And we've more or less taken delivery of almost all of our mining equipment. There's one or two smaller pieces left to come.
The world's biggest mining company, BHP Billiton, has agreed a 10 billion rand 5-year liquid metal supply contract with a black-controlled consortium in a transaction that gives the South African aluminium industry a shot in the arm.
While we closed the Bayside smelter in June, we actually kept open the value-added product cast house in operation, supplying it with liquid metal from our newer and much bigger Hillside smelter, which is the largest aluminium smelter in the Southern Hemisphere. As we are announcing the sale of our Bayside cast house, the consortium, comprising Glencore Capital 60% and Hulamin 40%, has excellent broad-based black economic empowerment credentials, as well as considerable experience in the downstream aluminium industry.
While South Africa is serious about integrating natural gas into the country's energy mix, this could have unexamined consequences for South Africa's contribution to global warming.
We cannot afford, on a climate level, to invest in additional fossil resources based on their carbon footprint. In 2011, the International Energy Agency put together a study trying to figure out how much more new fossil growth the world could accommodate and still have wiggle room, basically, to be able to enact policies that would allow us to achieve a global greenhouse gas concentration of 450 parts per million. But we have locked in the infrastructure for fossil fuel development such that, based on our current trajectory, if we did not begin to immediately start to retire some of this infrastructure, we will have locked in greenhouse gas emissions by 2017 that give us no wiggle room. We couldn't add another single carbon-intensive source of energy unless we began to really displace all of our existing infrastructure.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged onto miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.